Yo, what's up, It's your boy Domuto. We're back with another video. Today we're watching Beyond Dragon Ball Super. You know, we're watching that top 5 strongest, you know how we are, you know what I'm saying? The final battle begins. Goku and Vegeta versus Frieza and Cooler. Yeah, let's get into it, man.
As our story continues now, following the initial events of both Frieza and Cooler being shown having to defuse upon having to fight both Goku and Vegeta, as with Black Frieza and Platinum Cooler now left with no other choice but to battle against Goku and Vegeta, was when Black Frieza then went on to respond, "If we are to ensure our survival here, then we must hurry and find a way to take one of them down, so that way it leaves the other one open for us to annihilate together. We will resolve our issues after they are destroyed," Frieza continues. "It's the only way," with Platinum Cooler responding, "We might never get a better chance than the one that we have right now, Frieza. So do not let your arrogance be what destroys us both. You got that? Their fatigue is our weapon," Cooler continues. "So use it while they're both tired, so that way we can overtake them both. And if you let this opportunity slip by, then our plans will crumble. Even if we wore down our fusion, there is still a chance for us to beat them. Man. You've always been consumed by petty vendettas, but understand this. If we seize this moment, then no force in the multiverse can stand against us once these two are destroyed. So for that to happen, you will need to pull your weight and do whatever you can to crush them by any means. We must obliterate at least one of them in order for us to get the better of the other, and that is exactly what we need to do. Do you understand?" To which, in the meantime, as both Goku and Vegeta stand ready and having to battle against Frieza and Cooler, when the Grand Priest went on to chime in, "While Goku and Vegeta's synergy is shown to be unmatched, the resilience shown by Cooler and Frieza is truly commendable. And it's intriguing to see the dichotomy between experience and adaptability playing out in this battle, especially since both parties appear to hold their own unique advantage in this battle that they are about to wage. And it'll be a tough fight," the Grand Priest continues, "but we will see how it will go. The bond that these Saiyans share, along with the culmination of their trust for one another, is their strength, but the sheer willpower that Cooler and Frieza appear to also share among each other is also worth paying attention to. And it becomes more and more evidence that while Goku and Vegeta have mastered the art of fighting together, Cooler and Frieza's natural resilience is their greatest form of strength. And I do believe that the Saiyans are going to win, of course, assuming that nothing goes wrong during their battle, but it was like I said, we will wait and see how their battle will go, as it now appears to reach its very end, to which upon Goku now being shown having to address Vegeta, it was only just moments before both parties were shown having to engage was when Goku then went on to respond, "Listen, we'll need to try and run them both down while we still can, because there's no telling on what that serum that they took is going to do for them, so we'll need to do what we must if we want to win. So do you have any last suggestions before we do this, or what, Vegeta?" With Vegeta responding, "I do, and that's no matter what happens, put your sympathetic feelings aside and think about the bigger picture here, along with everything that is riding on the line. Anything other than our best and we will lose. But even then, I still don't intend to lose, especially not with Frieza in my line of fire, so you already know what I said. Do not engage with him unless it's outside of your control. Me and him have a long score to settle, and so I will be the one to get back, Vegeta. With his
took you about 20 years,
but hey, understand? He's mine, and so do whatever you must rather than allowing for your empathy towards either of them to cloud your judgment. One chance, Kakarot. And so now that the odds are even, it's time that we finish what you started, Frieza. And if you truly want to believe that you are going to be given any sort of chance to walk away, then you can forget it, because you won't," Vegeta went on to point at Frieza by then shouting, "One way or another, whether you wanted to or not, you will fight me, Frieza, and it'll be a battle to the very death and nothing less. Do you understand? You and me. Decades of history between us both, and a score that must be settled no matter the cost," Vegeta went on to then continue. "One of us is going to perish here today, and I can assure you that it isn't going to be me." Now quit whispering surrendering to your stupid brother next to you and come show me what you're made of. You have no choice but to fight me and me alone, and so
no choice, Frieza. You gotta go out there.
And
they're calling you out.
This would have been dealt with long ago if we had simply stepped in and destroyed that fusion when he first approached us, Budo then went on to chime in. But unless those Saiyan mortals fall short, then I don't see them losing unless they were to somehow lose those forms that they are using, with Akuma responding, and let's not forget, if what those two brothers said was true about their endurance and durability factor, then those Saiyans may in fact be in for a much tougher battle than either of them realize, with Yoshido responding, so what do you see taking place, Takira? I know you've already seen the outcome of what'll take place, so spill it. Which team is going to walk away with their arms held high? Will it be those puny Saiyans? With Takira responding, it'll not be as easy as you make it out to be, Yosh. The Saiyans will not fare well throughout certain portions of this fight, but what comes later is something that I simply cannot look into quite yet, but those brothers are going to most definitely try against the Saiyans. With
man, shut up, man. Get this over with,
what's
man.
It going to be, Whis? Are you confident enough to say that Goku and Vegeta will annihilate them both, or will they fail? Because I know that my students can easily hold his own, but can yours? With Whis responding, well, I am more than confident enough to say that Goku will in fact fare up just fine down there, for this primal form of his is more powerful and serves Goku more of a purpose in battle than you might think it does, my lord. But as for Cooler and Frieza, well, I'm not quite sure on what we can expect from them, other than of course potentially witnessing another form of fusion that they may end up trying to use down there against them, but I trust that our Saiyan friends will make sure that neither of them tries to use fusion again, especially with what just took place down there, with Vegeta having to chime back in, you spineless worm. You have no idea on how long I've waited to finally get my hands on you like this. So you can go and inject yourself with as many serums as you want, because no amount of DNA altering tactics is going to help save you from
ready,
what's about
boy.
to happen
This nigga
right
Vegeta.
now, and you know it's coward. I never
Nigga Vegeta getting
forgot
turned
about
on,
you,
boy. What
and
the
it
hell?
still burns deep within my soul.
I wanna kill that nigga Frieza so
And
bad.
if you end up getting lucky enough somehow and bring me down, then you can rest assured that I am going to make sure that I take a giant piece of you down to hell with me. So let's go! To which upon Vegeta now being shown dashing directly towards Frieza was when Vegeta then went on to continue, our story ends right now, so let us wage our final battle and find out which one of us is truly the strongest between us, Frieza. Good, that's the way. Beerus then went on to quickly chime back in by shouting, now go and put an end to all of this for good, Vegeta. Show that bastard Frieza the true meaning of destruction and destroy him. But then, it was from out of nowhere right before Vegeta was able to get to Frieza, where Cooler had gone as far as to intervene in between them, as Cooler then went on to shout, not without fighting me, you won't, Saiyan. You are in no position to be giving out orders here, especially not with you and I settling the score first, monkey. You're mine. With Yoshido then responding, uh-oh, well, it looks like the bigger one isn't too fond of that destroyer Saiyan down there. Oh, this is going to be really good. I can just feel it. To which the very moment Platinum Cooler was from there shown having to punch Vegeta and knocking him away was when Beerus then went on to chime back in, oh hey, what gives? Since when does Frieza's brother get to dictate on which one of them will be fighting who here? Because if he is looking
Come on,
to be
Vegeta, don't let that
destroyed
bitch
too,
ass
then that's
nigga
exactly
fuck with
what'll
you like that,
happen. So
son.
now smash him, Vegeta. Well, it's a little hard to say as to why Whis responds, but
It's a little
I can
hard to
only
say
assume that
the
it's
why.
because these two also have some unfinished business to attend to before Vegeta could even go as far as to reach Frieza without Cooler stepping in between them. You
Cooler,
have
you a
some
bitch.
nerve to go and overlook me when you and I are not done fighting, Platinum Cooler then went on to respond. So whether it is you or that other monkey friend of yours, Goku, you are both going to get what's coming to you, and that's a promise. Oh, serves that monkey right for thinking that he gets to choose who he will be fighting here, Black Frieza then went on to chime in. And so while Cooler goes and takes care of that monkey, the entire universe will remember this very day, Goku. The day you interfered in my Empire's affairs was the day that you
you ain't got
sealed
Vegeta
your
fighting,
fate,
Frieza?
monkey. And Today will be the day where I will finally fulfill my destiny. And with Vegeta out of the picture for now, this only now just leaves you and I. Just like old times, right, Goku? I just need for one of you to fall and the other will come crashing down with him when it's all said and done, Saiyan. You and Vegeta can't possibly understand the depths of my preparation. The countless hours, the unending training with my brother. All of it was to ensure that you and Vegeta meet your end here and now on this day. To which upon that very moment, as Frieza was now shown unleashing a barrage of death beams directly towards Goku, is when Yoshido then went on to chime back in. You know, I've got to give these mortal warriors some credit down there because they sure are trying to do everything that they possibly can to destroy one another, and I am loving each and every single second of it as they continue, with Akuma responding. Well, this mainly all boils down to Frieza, if anything, and what makes this such an interesting battle to watch take place is because we are all now left wondering on which of them is going to be the first to collapse in battle. Well, I don't believe that it'll be Goku or Vegeta that do, Whis went on to then respond, but nevertheless, Goku is already well aware of Frieza's tactics, but despite the Saiyans being more exhausted, they also seem to hit the hardest too. So as long as they are able to continue to fight, they should be fine, with Goku now being shown having to dodge each and every single one of Frieza's death beams by them responding. You might have prepared for this battle for a long time without any of us knowing, but have you ever stopped to ask yourself on why? Why are you so obsessed with destroying us? Goku then went on to question. Why can't you just let the past go and move on with yourself, Frieza? I always knew that somewhere deep down you'd one day return to us for one last battle, but I never would have expected for any of it to be anything like this. But you can't beat us, Frieza, and since I know that you aren't going to quit out on me, maybe I'll just then have to beat the revenge out of you so that way you have a better understanding for the chaos that you've brought upon our world.
Bro, I can't wait to that. I can't wait till they put that Frieza art. I know they're doing another Frieza art in Dragon Ball Super, the actual anime. Well, I'm kind of curious on what that's going to be about, man. And they get done with the Shell bullshit.
In the balance of power, Goku may be superior to Frieza within the moment, but his heart seems to reflect a bit of hesitation, and this alone can easily be what tips the scales against him if he isn't careful. He's trying to cast doubt and get Frieza to concede, but I doubt that it'll even come down to that, with Black Frieza then responding, "You and Vegeta will never see the day where either of you put me down like you did before, and that's a promise that I know that I will never break. You knew that I'd come back for you after what happened on planet Cereal, and so long gone are the days where you monkeys had your day against me. And after you are both long gone, this form of mine that you see will also become a relic of the past, because I too will find yet another transformation that will go far beyond this one.
Shit.
And I won't stop," Frieza then went on to continue. "Not until I conquer everything, I won't. And so you should know this for yourself. You should know that my potential is just as vast as yours, and so you are almost out of time," with Goku then responding, "And so do you really think that it'll be that easy? I've grown, Frieza. Not just in power, but in my understanding too. Can't you see it? Can you feel it? This energy. It's something that you've never seen or experienced before. And deep down, when I look into your cold, lifeless eyes, I can see that you're scared. And you're scared because you know that you can't defeat what me and Vegeta have become now. But you almost did and could have on Granola's planet. And for you to come here and put our friends and family in danger again is something that I will not be so easy to forgive, especially since you've tried this before. Oh, silence, you monkey! You and Vegeta know nothing, nor will either of you be spared like how you were spared on planet Cereal, because you will both perish here. Then I guess the only way for you to truly learn is for me to once again do what I always did when fighting you, and that's put you back right in your place." To which upon Goku
does do that.
Shown having to blow Frieza away, it was only just before Goku was shown having to go right after Frieza was when Akuma then went on to chime back in. Interesting, so it looks like the Saiyan tries to see the good in his enemies after all, which is a foolish mistake that will ultimately end up costing
why he
him
tries to be
dearly
good at
if
Frieza
he doesn't
anymore.
change, but I can see why he is the way he is, because he tried doing the same thing with us during our battles within the Null Realm, with Beerus then responding, yeah, well, that's always been Goku's greatest weakness. He tries to change his enemies despite the fact of seeing that they just cannot be changed, and yet he still tries to do so anyways. Oh, and he will never be able to change someone who just refuses to change. Oh, I just knew I should have eradicated that idiot Frieza when I had the chance many years ago, Beerus went on to then continue. And to think that by giving him his life back after winning the Tournament of Power that it would have humbled that bastard a bit, well, it only turns out that I only fueled his motives that much more, with Whis then responding, well, it's not like anyone would have known that he would have gone this far, but then again, this is Frieza who we're talking about here, so he was always known for going out of his way and making sure that he got something out of whatever he was going after, and this here is no exception, but to do it in secret without anyone of us sensing or catching on to what he was doing is also very impressive and something to take note of as well. To where all the while, in the meantime, as Platinum Cooler was now shown having to attack Vegeta, that was when Platinum Cooler then went on to respond, you and your kind make me sick to my stomach.
You and your kind is crazy. You and your kind is crazy.
You and your people,
that
Vegeta. And to think that my brother
that is somebody telling you that. You and your kind.
I ain't never. Your entire race is nauseating.
Vegeta, fuck this little nigga up, sir.
Entitled to everything, even when they've never earned the right to have it. From power to planets and even their own
Nobody worry about Cooler.
Well, guess what? Today will be the day where I will remind you of your place on the food chain. With Vegeta responding, for all your efforts, you are just as rotten as your brother is, only with a much bigger chip on your shoulder and a lot more to prove.
I don't think they talk this much when they fight, but whatever.
Every time that you speak about power, it only further goes on to highlight your ignorance of what true power really is, Cooler. And you're looking at it right here,
Talk your
right
shit.
now.
Talk your shit.
And if you were that strong and that dangerous as you claim to be, then how come me and Kakarot are still standing? So do you honestly think that you can intimidate me through your size and transformations? You thought that by having a new form along with stealing the DNA of our friends, family, and enemies alike, that it would somehow make you invincible? I've embraced the true nature of what it means to be identical to that of a god of destruction, Cooler. Transcending my limits into becoming what you see standing before you today. And you? Well, you're just still clinging on to your family's outdated ideals by thinking that Frieza of all people is someone that you could have counted on to help you. And so guess what else? Just like Frieza and just like your disgrace of a father that you had, who also happened to have been destroyed by my very own son, you will be no different in suffering the same fate as your entire family once did.
Talk your shit. I like shit, Vegeta.
Within that very moment, as a gigantic wall of destruction energy was now shown having to envelop Cooler, was when Beerus went on to chime back in. Yes, destroy them all, Vegeta! Continue to harness the true power of a god of destruction as your ultimate weapon of war, and slaughter these delusional creatures for good. Use everything that you've learned to wipe them all out. But then, it was only now from out of nowhere, as soon as Cooler was shown having to headbutt Vegeta through his own wall of destruction, was when Akuma then went on to chime back in. Perhaps we were wrong to have overlooked the multiverse for its vast amount of warriors who possess the greatest levels of potential that can challenge the five of us. Such was the case with the Saiyan mortal Goku, and such may in fact be the case now with the Saiyan mortal Vegeta, with Budo then responding, I don't see what's so special about that Vegeta down there. He wouldn't last against any of the five of us, and you know it, Budo then went on to continue. And besides, Goku still has unfinished business with us that he has yet to resolve, and so the difference is night and day between us and them, Akuma. So don't push it, with Platinum Cooler then having to shout, you are going to pay dearly with your life for what you just said to me, Vegeta. And whether it's me or Frieza who does it, one way or another, you're a dead man. And I will not tolerate this mouth of yours any longer, monkey. In which within that very moment, as Platinum Cooler was now shown knocking Vegeta down and getting on top of him, was when Platinum Cooler then went on to continue. continue. And so now I want you to watch and see exactly how you will be handled. This battle on this rotten planet has gone on long enough, and so I am going to blow you away along with one half of this entire planet, Saiyan. And I'll do it by using your very own attack.
Not the
as
final
well.
Flash.
Watch this, Vegeta.
Cool thing, he somebody, ain't he?
Like to go and see
He's stomping
you
on that
try,
nigga, I ain't gonna lie.
guy. Or are you already forgetting
That
that
nigga
I am
town
not
stump on
alone
that nigga
throughout
Vegeta.
all of this? You are not my primary focus, you fool. You are Kakarot to deal with, which within that very moment from out of nowhere, as soon as Primal Ultra Instinct Goku is now shown re-emerging, we only from that point then bear witness to seeing Goku knock Cooler away, as Goku then went on to shout, "I don't think so, Cooler, and so you'll be dealing with me now, and for what it's worth, you and your brother cannot be allowed to be given the chance to have your way with this planet or anyone else in this universe that you and Frieza are looking to harm," with Yoshido then responding, "These two sure are going to bat for one another down there, you see what I mean? Does this not excite anyone else to tag along with and fight too, huh? No one? Hey, I'll go deal with Cooler, and so Frieza is all yours.
I like
to
Yoshido.
handle."
Shout out to
Vegeta
Yoshido,
Goku then
man.
went
He
on
a
to
cool
respond,
nigga.
"So whatever happens, happens, okay? Just try not to let Frieza do anything that would endanger us all, like how he was shown trying to do before when he was revived. And so now let's finish this battle so that way we can all go home," to which upon Goku now shown going after Cooler was when Vegeta then went on to respond, "Oh, like how he was shown trying to do before. As if I would ever even allow for that spineless coward to even get the chance in trying anything like that on us again."
I mean, that
Now
nigga did
go,
fuck
which
y'all
as
up
Goku did,
in
it
the
was
regular
only from
yeah.
behind him where Black Frieza was then shown having to be in hot pursuit, and from there being shown chasing after Goku by then shouting, "Oh no you don't, God Monkey! Running away and going after my brother isn't going to help your cause, especially not during the middle of our battle, and so you're going to..." But then, it was only just before Frieza had the opportunity
Easy
to catch
there.
up to Goku, where from out of nowhere, that was when Vegeta was
Easy
then shown
there.
grabbing onto Frieza's tail by then responding, "Oh no you don't, you sneaky little worm! And just where do you think you're going? You and I
nigga
have
was-
a very long score to
you
settle,
said
and
easy
your
there,
focus
white
is
chocolate.
with me, not Kakarot. And for the record, just so you know, I am going to enjoy every bit of what's about to happen here, and
Talk
so
your shit,
you can
Vegeta.
forget about escaping me, Frieza. You've
Frieza.
got some nerve by trying to come back
Look at
onto this
Frieza. Oh,
planet
he
and
cooked.
try
Frieza
to
cooked.
destroy us all again, but you couldn't have been more wrong about us now couldn't you? I know you sense it. With Frieza then being shown having to turn his head and responding, "Vegeta, how dare you lay your hands on me, Saiyan filth? When will you learn, Vegeta? Your destiny is to forever be in the shadow of your own failures and for mine to bask in the glory of conquest. Your race, your planets, your pride, all of it is gone because of me, and soon you
Damn, he
will
talking.
be too.
Okay,
And so
okay,
now
Frieza.
let go of me so that I may go and destroy that other Saiyan slave. You of all people should be glad if he was dead and out of the picture, now wouldn't you?" With Vegeta then responding, "Nice try, but me and Kakarot have settled our differences a very long time ago. You, on the other hand, you still have to pay for everything you did to me, Frieza. And so from here on, while Kakarot goes and destroys your brother, you are all mine."
Okay, Vegeta.
Which within that
Fuck
very
him
moment, as
up,
Master Ultra
nigga.
Vegeta was shown pulling Frieza back and having to punch him in the face. That's when Vegeta had then gone on to continue, "And so you better start praying and hope to make it out of this alive, because now that your brother is preoccupied with Kakarot, this just leaves you and me to fight all alone." With Whis then chiming in, "I see what they're doing, and it's quite smart for Goku and Vegeta to do as well, but, well, one wrong step from either Vegeta or Goku and the entire universe could pay the price for their mistakes too.
True.
Victory here isn't just about raw power, but it's about understanding strategy along with one's opponent in seizing the right moments. Vegeta's confrontation and battle with Frieza isn't just for himself," Whis continues, "but it's for every Saiyan that has ever lived that had to suffer under Frieza's rule. But I also sense that Frieza has not revealed all of his cards just yet either, so Vegeta must tread carefully unless he wishes for Frieza to somehow turn the tables on him, as well as Goku, who is fighting Cooler, and if they do, then perhaps we will have no other choice then but to intervene. As with Frieza now being shown knocked on down to the ground, it was only right then and there now during that moment where the Beyond Dragon Ball Super story of the top 5 strongest warriors in the multiverse manga chapter number 64 special then comes to a close. Now this is it. With only a few more chapters remaining until the end of this story, we are now going to finally see exactly where Goku and Vegeta along with Cooler and Frieza are going to stand, which will ultimately culminate in one final battle to which you do not want to miss out on the upcoming manga chapter, which will be made available right now on my Patreon for those of you out there who are members to see. So if
Alright, they need to get rid of this Cooler and Frieza eventually, man. I'm ready for Goku to get back on the top 5 shit. But no, I'm ready to do. I am enjoying the Vegeta story with the Frieza and Cooler shit. I'm saying, yeah, we need to end that soon. But I want to see Goku fight Takira, man. Let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. But no, this is a fire ass chapter, man. Shout out to UnrealEntgaming. Let me know what y'all think down below. And if you like my reactions, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.